Nirvana, the Smashing Pumpkins, and the Red Hot Chili Peppers wearing nothing but socks. This tiny stage has pretty much seen it all, but it's not just the incredible history that makes Lee's Palace special.
I think even just walking by on a Saturday or a Friday night, you can really tell that this is the place in the neighborhood that's got something going on, and it's, really a cultural hub for all types of people.
Lee's Palace has been a staple of Toronto's live music scene since 1985, offering shows for fans of all kinds.
Everybody who loves music in Toronto must have a Lee's Palace story.
Many of those stories involve seeing some of the biggest bands in the world with just a few hundred people.
And a lot of artists that were no names and then played Lee's, and then after that really, took off. The Red Hot Chili Peppers, they played their first Toronto show at Lee's Palace in 1986. Alanis Morissette, one of her early shows was at Lee's. So Lee's has always been one of those mythical venues where if you play it, it's almost like a rite of passage to take you to the next level. And not many venues can claim that.
One of the most famous Lee's Palace shows was Nirvana's Toronto debut in 1990. A frustrated Kurt Cobain started tossing bottles at his own drummer and then into the crowd.
The crowd kind of took his lead, picked up their bottles and started throwing them at the stage. So it's funny because that show is recorded. You can listen to it on YouTube, and near the end, you hear just all this glass shattering. And then Kurt goes on the mic and says, "I hope you guys recycle these after."
The venue even has a connection to a Toronto-based cult classic.
I'm stoked to be here because there's a cool history with Lee's Palace in terms of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. In that story, this is a fight scene, which is pretty cool.
This is probably a huge cultural experience for anybody who wants to experience something that comes from rock roots. It's a nice conglomeration of people, and it's a small space, but it's wonderful.
Even if you're not heading to a show, the building's painted mural makes it an icon in Harvard Village.
Now that Honest Ed's is no more, to me, Lee's is the anchor, the crown jewel. You need to make sure that Lee's is given all the protection, tax breaks, and any other benefits or advantages that the city can give them to keep them operating.
For staff here, the focus remains on bringing people the best concert experience possible.
It really is special to see people coming through the door, smiling and excited to be here.
If you want to check out a show here at Lee's Palace, the team tells me they book about 200 concerts a year, so there's plenty to choose from. At Bloor and Bathurst, Brandon Choghri, City News.